Now, we showed you how Firenze got to Toledo last week. Tonight, we'll show you how their opponent did it. 2-seed Parma hosting the Barassi Scorpions. Late first quarter, Panthers down 7 direction after Ryan Minetti carries it in. Game tied at 7. Later in the second, Parma with the ball. Tommaso Minardi back to pass. Ball floats on him, and Matteo Colombo gets underneath it. An interception, clear path down the sideline. A pick 6 for the Scorpions. They're up 13-7 at the half. Third quarter, Panthers take over. Minardi going over the middle, connects with his big-time receiver. Audi Omotosho makes the catch and runs away from the defense. Point after gives the Panthers the lead. And later in the third, back on the doorstep, back to Minetti. Rushed for 3 touchdowns. Parma wins 36-21. So it will be the 2 top teams, the Panthers and the Firenze Guelfi. Saturday afternoon at the Glass Bowl. Mason Lowry and Nick Ide get us ready for the big game.
Well, for a while, we thought we were looking at the upset of all upsets. Firenze Scorpions led this game at the half against the number 1 seed Parma Panthers. And then Parma ripped off 29 unanswered points and reminded us in the second half why they were the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they really, they were asleep in that first half and gave us a lot of concern on, oh my gosh, is this the real Parma Panthers team? But you're right, they woke up in the second half, reeled off 29 unanswered points, and sealed their ticket to the Italian Bowl.
Yeah, awesome effort today from the Panthers imports. Audi Omotosho, 5 catches, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Minetti runs for 3 scores. He gets over 1,000 yards on the season. And you can't forget about Alexis Ramos, the linchpin of the best defense in the league.
Yeah, and Alexis was great in that second half. Key on a lot of blitzes that really created a lot of havoc and kept the Scorpions uncomfortable and unable to do anything offensively in that second half.
Hats off to the Firenze Scorpions. They failed to get to the Italian Bowl in their first year in the first division in 30 years. Nick Holt has done a marvelous job with this team. I cannot wait to see what they do going forward. I do wonder if things might have been a little bit different had Calvin Brownholtz, their starting quarterback, not been hurt in the quarterfinals.
And Ethan Weinstein as well. They're playing essentially with 1 import on offense and 1 import on defense, and we're winning, Mason, 13-7 at the halftime, and that was such a huge surprise. And it just, you can't overstate how great a coach Nick Holt has been for the Scorpions, and to get them where they got this year in the semifinal.
It sets up the matchup in the Italian Bowl that we were really hoping we would get. If the IFL wants to put its best foot forward in front of a big audience here in the States, you really can't do any better than the Guelfi, the reigning champions, against an outstanding Parma Panthers team. 2 offenses that are going to be tough to slow down, and of course you've got an unstoppable force in the Guelfi offense with Jared Gerbino and Andrea Fimiani, and the immovable object, Alexis Ramos, and an outstanding Panther defense. It's going to be a terrific game. I cannot wait to see how both coaching staffs scheme it up.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup. You've got the number 1 offense in the Guelfi that, when they are at full strength, are very hard to stop, and you have this number 1 defense in Parma that, in my mind, is built, the only team in the IFL that's built to stop and compete with that Guelfi offense, and one of them is going to have to give, and I don't know which one it's going to be, Mason.
It's going to be a great day of football on Saturday out at the Glass Bowl. Firenze Guelfi and the Parma Panthers playing for the Italian Bowl crown